In this video I will show you two functions in order to create lines, and I will give you general information related to these functions, for example how to use the Smart Guide tools in combination and how to create different types of lines, like a grain line, a text position or an internal contour. With the function create line free, you can create many lines connected to each other, like a line train. The lines are connected with hinges. Click with the left mouse button to draw the lines. Click with the right mouse button in order to finish the polyline. You have the possibility to begin another polyline at a new place. To indicate precise coordinates, press the spacebar. If you want to create only one line with the function, use the right mouse button directly after having drawn the line. With the function create line 2 points, you will create separated lines. Click with the left mouse button to indicate the beginning of the line and again with the left mouse button for the end of the line. The hotkey for this function is Ctrl+C. Like usual, you can press the spacebar if you need to enter precise coordinates or an angle and a length for the line. Use the Smart Guide tools in order to begin or end lines exactly on a contour element. Or in order to quickly draw horizontal or vertical lines. Lines which are perpendicular to another line. Lines which are parallel to another line and so on. Have a look now how to use Smart Guide if you want to draw a line as preparation for a new dart in your pattern in the middle of the shoulder line and be rectangular to it. When you have found the middle of the line thanks the magnetism of Smart Guide and when you have the correct angle, press the spacebar. Now you only have to enter the length of the line, for example 10 centimeters. Don't change the indication for the entry for the angle. The system takes into consideration what you have defined with Smart Guide. You see a lot of subfunctions in this menu create line, but the two most important functions are the functions create line free and create line 2 points. They are universal. If you use Smart Guide, you can create all these kinds of lines with these two functions. There is only a small difference to the subfunctions. There won't be any dependency between the created line and the other lines. However, some people like to use the functions create line horizontal and create line vertical and start these functions with the corresponding hotkeys H like horizontal and V like vertical. You have the possibility to change the element type of the lines you have created with the functions in the menu element type. If a line should be a grain line, you will define it with the function element type stripe line. By the way, in CAD Assist, stripe lines are used too for the matching of pieces on fabric with stripes, plaids or a recurrent pattern. These lines will additionally need some matching numbers. With the function element type text position, you could change a line in a text position. This is the way in CAD Assist of indicating where information relating to the pattern, such as the piece name and its size, is to be plotted on the pattern. Which information are to be plotted is indicated with coded text macros in the config tool. With the function element type internal contour, you could define lines which are to be cut on the fabric. Another way to define these kinds of lines is to use the corresponding button in the function create. Before you draw your lines, change the indication to stripe line if you want to directly define stripe lines. Or to text position if you want to define this kind of lines.